Okay, so now I'm just gonna use this under nail cleaner, and I'm gonna make sure that everything's blended completely around the cuticle area. This is for a really neat color application. Very gently. So this is a carbide bit. It's an under nail cleaner. It's way too harsh for the natural nail. It's not a cuticle bit at all, but it's perfect for this job, for blending really close to the skin. And I use it at about 5,000 RPMs when I do this. Now we're going to turn the hand over, and I'm going to use the same bit just to further refine underneath, make sure that there's no separation from the natural nail, and that everything's nice and flush underneath. Pull the skin very tight, and again, look and make sure that the hyponychium's not extended, and you never want to push in with this bit. You always just want to remove the natural nail from the very outer edge. So now we're just getting ready to dust. Now, before our color application, we're going to remove any hangnails or any lifted, raised cuticle that's been raised up by the electric file bits. I'm using cuticle nippers for this. I'm just using the very top third of the nippers, and I'm walking around the finger, and I'm keeping the nippers parallel to the finger. So this is just dead skin we're removing. And the reason why I'm removing the skin after the finish filing is because I don't want the skin to be too sensitive. After I cut this tissue, the skin could be sensitive. So if I did this and then finish filed, it would be very easy to break the skin. So to prevent that and to still have the same neat manicured look without any risk of breaking the skin during filing, I do the filing first and then I cut the skin. I'm just using the top third of the bit of the nippers, excuse me. So now we're getting ready for the color application. I like to use cleanser. This is totally optional. You don't have to. If you do use cleanser, you need to make sure it's completely dry before you apply your color. So because this is acrylic nails with gel polish, I don't need to use foundation. I can go directly into my color. The color I'm using is Exhale. It's a nice rose color. And we're going to finish with Top It Off. So I always begin my color application in the center of the nail. That way I get rid of any excess gelish that's in the brush, so that when I work closer to the cuticle area, it's less likely that anything's going to flood it and run into the skin. In the first coat of color, we're creating the border. So we're making sure that we cover all the edges. And then the second coat of color is for even coverage. So the first coat of color, you take your time applying. The second coat of color can go a little faster. I pull the skin tight, start in the center of the nail, apply color, get any excess off of my brush, and then push the brush and let the brush make the shape that I want around the cuticle area, then pull down towards me on one side, come over the other side, pull towards me, and then smooth everything out. And then this is going to cure for 30 seconds in an 18G LED light and the Gelish official light for 30 seconds. If you're using a traditional UV light, it will also cure, but it's going to take 2 minutes. So we'll cure that. Now the second coat. With the second coat, we're going to seal the free edge as well. So apply color to the free edge first, and then apply to the surface. The reason I apply to the free edge before I apply to the surface is so that I don't end up with any excess product. So if I were to apply to the surface first and then in a second move seal the free edge, you could possibly have a lip of product on the end. So by applying it to the free edge first, we pull out any of that excess. And when we're applying gelish, or any gel polish, on top of acrylic or hard gel nails, sealing the free edge is optional. It's just for looks. I happen to like how it looks, my clients like how it looks, so I choose to polish the hairline, the edge of the nail. But you don't have to. It's not creating any seal for the nail, because my clients shorten their nails all the time and there's never a problem from that. So it's just for aesthetics. So if you don't want to do it, then it's not going to cause any service breakdown or any problem. Completely optional step. But if you are going to seal the free edge, I definitely recommend you seal the free edge before you do the surface. So again, the second coat of color is just for even coverage. So we use light pressure and we use a little bit more than we did on the first coat, like more polish. Not as much as the difference with nail polish, but still a little bit more. And we use kind of like a flicking motion just to smooth everything out. And that'll cure again for 30 seconds. And now we finish with Top It Off, which is our top gel. Make sure you don't flood the skin with it. Don't work with too much. Also pay attention to your brush with Top It Off. If you see color on it, that means that your color didn't cure all the way. So this is a good chance for you to fully cure your color if something went wrong. And you'll know right away because your clear Top It Off brush will start to turn whatever color you're painting on top. And then this is going to cure again for 30 seconds in the Gelish 18G light or for 2 minutes in a traditional UV light. So after it's cured and after it's cooled off a little bit as well, I always recommend that you wait another 30 seconds before you begin to cleanse. But now we're using our nail surface cleanse to remove the dispersion layer, inhibition layer. And then we're going to finish with Nourish, which is our cuticle oil. Well, I'd like to thank you all very much for your time. I hope you've learned lots. Please leave me any comments or feedback, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you very much.